let's get a little rock and roll in this house. All right? I'm going to teach you some like bluesy, heavy rock licks. Well, really just kind of one little phrase that we're going to work on right now. And so what I was doing was I was playing a G power chord. You kind of got to get your little grimace going. Just like that. So we're in G. So that's the 3rd fret of the low E string. So I could just bust out my G, minor pentatonic. It's not rocket science, you gotta have the vibe inside. But what I'm gonna do is show you a cool lick to branch out, just to extend out from our normal, Okay, so what we're going to do is let me play the lick one time without that backing track. It sounds like this. Cool. So that's what it sounds like. I was just consulting with my confidant.
Invisible partner.
Invisible robot. Cool. Let's zoom in. I'm going to show you how to do that tasty little lick, and hopefully you can figure out how it relates to that pentatonic skill that you might already know, and know that if you're in another key, it would branch out the same way with the same distances. All right, here we go. Zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in, zoom in.
Wait. Get slow.
Are we there? Are we there? Are you close enough? So normally, I've got this minor pentatonic, the root's on the 3rd fret of the low E string. So here's what I'm going to do. With my ring finger on the G string, 1, 2, 3, 4th string down here, I'm going to slide, I'm going to pick it and then slide it up a whole step like this. And then with my middle finger, it's going to be on the 6th fret of the B string. So I go like this. That's the move. Check it out again. Then the cool thing about this particular lick and the shape is the next thing we're going to do is not in the minor pentatonic anymore. It's more of a major lick. But it's really cool. You just do the exact same lick we just did, another whole step up. Watch this. And that's going to work in most kind of like, bluesy rock and roll settings. That lick is together like that. It's going to work really well. One more time. Then my ring finger is going to immediately go over to the 10th fret of the high E string. And then my middle finger behind that, my 1st finger behind that. And I'm going to do a super bend. I'm going to actually try and bend it to the, instead of bending it up to the note that's on the double dots, I'm going to try and bend it even a half step even farther to the note that's on the 13th fret. And then released to the 8th fret of the B string. So you can either bend it all the way up and get to that note, or bend it and then back down and then to. got it. All right, we'll zoom out. All right, you guys, let's practice that lick. I'm gonna do a little just rock jam track for you. I think the best way to approach this is you can try the lick out, but then also try and like improvise a little bit and then squeeze the new idea in. You know, see if you can get it in there instead of, you know what I mean? You just throw it in, see how it fits with some of your other licks. That makes sense to me. So one more time, it just sounds like something like this. We'll talk about the facial expressions later. Here we go. 1, 2, here we go.